And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. The playoffs have come early in the NHL this year. While this technically isn't a true playoff game, and the playoffs don't actually start until this weekend, this is essentially a playoff game for both the Washington Capitals and Philadelphia Flyers, coming right down to the end, game 82, end of the season. And we still have to figure out who the wild card 2 in the Eastern Conference is going to be. The Capitals have the best shot at it out of anybody. It's real simple for the Washington Capitals tonight. Win this game and you're going to the playoffs. Simple as that. Caps win and they're in. Philadelphia, they still have a chance. It's a lot tougher of a road. They pretty much need everybody else to lose the rest of the way in them to obviously win this game here. It's a must-win for both teams. In all, essentially a must-win here for both teams. A true must-win for Philadelphia. If they don't win this game, they are eliminated. And huge game going on also with the Red Wings and Canadians tonight, as Detroit also still has a shot to possibly get into the playoffs. If the Capitals lose this game, that leaves the door open. So Pittsburgh, they don't play tonight, but they have a game left and are in the mix as well. But when it all comes down to it, all the different scenarios, all the different possibilities, as far as this game goes, it's one simple sentence: win and you're in for the Washington Capitals. And that is what is on the line here tonight. So, obviously, last game of the season, most important game of the season for both of these teams, as the Caps are in Philadelphia to take on the Flyers. This should be a great game. This should feel like a playoff game. This should be a playoff game in the way that it's played, and just everything about it should feel like a playoff game, even though it technically isn't. Both of these teams obviously would love to get to the playoffs. Washington's put themselves in a good spot, but they got to take care of business tonight. I hope you guys are ready for this one. I know I sure am. I am really, really excited to get into the action. Cannot wait to get the puck dropped. I want to say hi to everybody. We've got Derek, Heather, Tyler, Ken Dog, J Dog, Kano, Citizen Kano's here. What's going on? Victoria, Hockey from Home, thank you so much. We got 420 Slayer here. Yoshi Bros dropping by. Tyler, we got multiple Tylers here. Shan's here. God, McDobb hopping in. Dominic hopping in. What is going on, everybody? A lot of people in the chat already. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I think we all know how important this game is, and just what level of action, intensity, and excitement we should expect to see here tonight. I'm really, really excited for it, but really appreciate everybody coming by. Thank you guys all for watching. Yeah, there's still a lot to be There's a lot to be determined here still as far as seeding goes. We got to find out, do the Bruins or the Panthers win the Atlantic? We'll find that out. We've still got Rangers did clinch first in the Metro, so they've won the President's Trophy. They've won first place. In the Western Conference, Winnipeg and Colorado still have some figuring out to do as far as who's going to have home ice in their first round series. They will play each other, but we're not locked in yet on who's the 2 and who's the 3, although it certainly looks like Winnipeg is going to end up being the 2. Let's see, what else do we got? Vancouver and Edmonton out in the Pacific have not determined who finishes first and who finishes second yet. So we still need to determine a Pacific Division winner. There's still a lot of seeding and stuff to be determined over these last couple days of the season. But the big battle could possibly be determined in this game here. If Washington wins it, it does not matter what anybody else does. It doesn't matter what Detroit does, Pittsburgh. Nothing else matters. If Washington wins this game, they are in the playoffs. That the second wild card spot in the East still up for grabs. The only playoff spot in the NHL that is still up for grabs, with the Islanders having clinched the 3rd seed. They'll face Carolina in round 1. That should be a fun series. We are days away from the start of the playoffs here, and it is going to be awesome. I'm doing well, Austin. How are you? Thank you for being here. Avi's here. What's going on? Welcome. Let's see. Luis, welcome in. I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Garrett, welcome in. Thank you for being. Yes, Capitals are winning in. If the Capitals win this game, they are in the playoffs. Does not matter what anybody else does. They own the tiebreaker over Detroit. If they win, they would be ahead of Pittsburgh by a point, or they would be ahead of Pittsburgh by a point more than what Pittsburgh could possibly reach. So it is win and you're in for Washington tonight. Philadelphia would obviously need to win this game. They would need Detroit to lose in regulation to Montreal tonight, and they would also need Pittsburgh to lose. They play tomorrow night in regulation, not a single point there. So Philadelphia has real long shot here. They would basically need 3 teams to lose in regulation to have a chance. Probably not going to happen. I think Detroit has the best shot outside of Washington, but obviously with Washington in a win and you're in situation, they have the best chance to get that last seed, which they are currently in right now. Mark, what's going on? Welcome in. Heather's got the Ovechkin jersey on, trying to bring the Capitals good luck. Amon St. Calvin Sanders, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Darkness, welcome in. I know everybody needs different scenarios. Everyone in the chat is like, I need Detroit to get in. I want Pittsburgh in. I want Washington. Everybody's rooting for different teams to get in the chat. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. It's come right down to the end of the season. Chips, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Hey, we'll see, Yoshi Bros. I mean, all Boston has to do is win tonight, and they would finish ahead of Florida, who's a point behind them, no matter what Florida does. So, and Boston's playing Ottawa, who's obviously not very good and well out of it as far as playoffs are concerned. So I still think there's a better chance that we see Boston versus Tampa in round 1, but Boston versus Toronto is still possible. If we do get Boston versus Tampa, then tonight's Panthers Maple Leafs game is literally going to be a preview of the first round of the playoffs, because they will be the 2-3 matchup in the Atlantic Division, and they'll play again in the postseason like they did last year. So obviously still a little bit to be determined there, but honestly, no matter what, Boston-Tampa, gonna be a great series. Boston-Toronto would be a great series. Toronto versus Boston would be incredible, obviously, but Toronto versus Florida is not half bad either. I would not complain about that, and I certainly wouldn't complain about seeing a Florida-Tampa playoff series against each other. So no matter how the Atlantic Division shakes out, no matter what the matchups end up being, I am going to be stoked for both Atlantic Division series this year, no matter what they end up being. I think they're going to be all divisional, and they're going to be all awesome matchups no matter what. So really excited for those. And, we'll see if Boston can finish first or if they drop to 2. But, no matter who they play, it's going to be a really hard series for everybody involved, no matter whether, no matter what seed you are, whether you're Tampa, Florida, Toronto, or Boston, it's going to be a really hard series. It's going to be a really physical, hard-fought series. It's going to be a very intense and rivalry-type series, and whatever they end up, I'm super excited for them. All right, let's see. Yeah, Boston's probably... No, but Boston would have to lose to the Senators to play Tampa Bay. Tampa's in the wild card spot. Boston would have to lose to the Senators, and then Florida would have to win against Toronto to pass them. And then it would be Florida would move into the first spot and play Tampa. And then Boston would drop to 2 and play Toronto. But if Boston beats Ottawa, they lock up the 1 seed and they play Tampa round 1. All right, here we go. Charlie Lindgren versus Samuel Ersson in goal. About to drop the puck. We are underway as this game begins. Shot there. Oh, she rings the pipe! 11 seconds in, so close for the Capitals. TJ Oshie just rang one off the pipe. And we are already getting grade A chances here as we are into it in this one. And already such an early opportunity there for the Washington Capitals, but they can't score. Rick, what's going on? Aries, welcome in. Adam. Matt, Red Rubber. Thank you guys all for being here. Trying to keep up in the chat, but obviously keeping close eye on all the on-ice action here as that's lifted out of the zone for the Capitals. Flyers go back to their end to get it. It's played there by Johnson. Johnson gets that out to the neutral zone. Capitals steal possession back. I'm watching on ESPN Plus, Matt. It's a local, if you're in the market of either of these teams, it would be on their regular regional broadcast. This is not a nationally televised game, though, so I only get it because of ESPN Plus. Capitals now back in their own zone. Iorio gets it out to neutral ice, gains the red line, dumps it in. Here it goes. Move to the backhand. Long shot there from Iorio. Good save by Ersson. Ends up in the corner on a rebound chance. Deflected wide. Around the wall it goes. Knocked down there. Brink gets hit. Iorio, good step up there. Sealer comes away, goes D-to-D with the puck, and the Flyers finally get it out. Long pass, though, doesn't connect. They ice the puck, and the faceoff will come back to the Philadelphia zone. Still 0-0 here, but TJ Oshie was oh so close just a few seconds into this game. Rang it off the post. We'll have an offensive zone draw here for the Caps as we look for our first goal of the game. Jonathan, what's going on? Welcome in. Bruce, welcome. Thank you for being here. Great to have you in the chat. This is basically a playoff game, so super intense, super... I don't even know the words. I'm tripping over words here. Just this game has everything on the line. Both these teams need to win it really badly. And obviously the Capitals know that they can win this game and secure their playoff spot. They are trying to be that wild card 2 team, and they can really they can lock it in with a win in this game. And a loss would open the door for Detroit, Pittsburgh, and other teams to come in and take it. Yes, Bruce, the Flyers need Pittsburgh to lose their last game. Basically, it comes for the Flyers to get in. Washington would need to lose this game in regulation. Detroit would need to lose in regulation to Montreal, and Pittsburgh would need to lose in regulation to who the heck does Pittsburgh play tomorrow? Why can't I remember? Pittsburgh plays tomorrow night. They don't play tonight. And they're playing against the Islanders. Yeah, the Islanders already have their spot locked in, so that game won't mean anything. That game won't mean anything for the Islanders, but Pittsburgh plays New York tomorrow, and they would have to lose that game in regulation for Philly to have a shot to get in. Taken now. Capitals back into the offensive zone. Pass from Protas is a little Offline, it's brought out now by Philly. They dump it in deep. Behind the net, Lindgren plays it. Backhands up the wall. Alexei protests with it. Gets it through the middle. Doesn't connect on the pass there. Mike, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. BC Transportation, awesome to have you. Thanks so much for coming by. The playoffs have come early with this game, as we have a huge one here tonight. Trevor Van Riemsdyk up the wall, out of the zone. Caps take it. Abe Kubel in the neutral zone. Moves it into the middle. And Dowd wasn't able to control there. Flyers dump it back to the Washington end. What's going on, Shane? Welcome in. Thank you so much for watching. Played up now, over the line. And that deflects into the Philadelphia bench. We'll get a whistle here and a neutral zone face-off on the way. Oh, that's awesome, Heather. That's great. Glad that Water King was able to join for you. Meaningless game. Yeah, Columbus, Carolina, meaningless game. Carolina's already locked into the 2 seed in the Metro, but Blue Jackets have taken a 1-0 lead in that one. J-Dog, what's going on? Great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Face off at the center dot here. 15:28 to go in the first period. No score yet. Only shot on goal actually belongs to Washington. 1 shot so far. Nobody wants to make a mistake here, as this one's played by Sanheim. He can't do anything with it. Capitals steal back. Moved over now to Carlson. Open look at the net. Shot there. Samuel Ersson with a good save. Bodies in front. Puck gets cleared out. Brantley, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Dumped in by Tom Wilson behind the net. First on it now. Flyers back in their own zone. It's Sanheim. Around it goes. Alexeyev clears up the wall. Flyers take it back in the neutral zone. Farabee backhands it in, and they'll try again on the forecheck. Oh, wow, Amon. I didn't know that. So if it ends up being Rangers versus Red Wings, which would happen if Washington loses this game in regulation and Detroit wins, then Detroit would get that spot. It would end up being the first Rangers versus Red Wings playoff series since 1950. That is incredible that it's been that long. I mean, we're talking 74 years since they've played in the playoffs, and they're 2 original 6 teams. Moved around now, taken. Moved into the middle, shot there. Cates not able to get it through as it was blocked. Backhanded by Ovechkin now, but deflects up into the crowd, and we get a whistle. 13:44 to go in the first. First commercial break of the game coming up. Washington with the only shots on goal in this game. They've got a couple of them now, but we remain scoreless just over 6 minutes in. And playoff level action here between the Flyers and Capitals, who both desperately need this win. Let's see. Luis with the update. 2-0 Columbus now. Wow. Yeah, Capitals have controlled the puck the early part of this game. Absolutely no doubt about that. They've had a large majority of the possession and the offensive chances. Yeah, 100%, Amon. 100%. The Red Wings spent a lot of time in the Western Conference, which obviously separated them from the Rangers post the post original 6 era. Once the league started adding teams and Detroit ended up moving west, then that really, unless it was a Stanley Cup final, you were never going to see Detroit and Rangers play in the playoffs. So that did have a big effect on it. And obviously, since Detroit has come back to the Eastern Conference, which was about 10 years ago now, I think maybe 11 or 12 seasons ago now was when they moved back to the Eastern Conference, They obviously have not met in the playoffs since then. Detroit has not made the playoffs since 2016. So it's been, 8 years now since Detroit's made the playoffs. So obviously that really limited the chances of seeing a Red Wings-Rangers series as well. So we could see something that has not happened in a long, long time if Detroit does get that final spot. I'm very excited for the playoffs, Austin. Very excited. Yes, David, the Capitals can still make it in if they lose. However, they would just need everybody else to lose as well, pretty much. If the Capitals were to lose this game in regulation and not get a point, they would stay at 89 points. They would need Detroit to also lose in regulation because they have 89 points as well. Capitals own the tiebreaker. They would need Pittsburgh to lose. They would need Pittsburgh to lose against the Islanders tomorrow because even if Pittsburgh got a point out of that game, they would have the tiebreaker over the Capitals by one regulation win, and then Pittsburgh would get the last spot. And Philadelphia needs everybody ahead of them to lose their final game in regulation to have a shot in. So the Capitals still could get in if they... No, wait a second. No, then it would go to Philadelphia. If the Capitals lost in regulation to the Flyers in this game, then they would both have 89 points, and then who owns the tiebreaker? Because regulation wins would then be tied at 31. Regulation/overtime wins, if this was a regulation win for the Flyers, would be tied at 35. So they'd be tied in the first two tiebreakers. What does it go to after that? Wins? Total wins? All right, so total wins would be the next tiebreaker, which they both would be tied at we'd be going to like the 5th or 6th tiebreaker between the Capitals and the Flyers. If the Caps lost this game in regulation and then Detroit and Pittsburgh both lost as well, that would be the way that the Flyers could still get in. It would be like the 6th tiebreaker. It would probably end up going to goal differential, which the Flyers' goal differential is better than the Capitals. That's absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane that it would go to that deep of a tiebreaker. Anyway, that's if Washington loses this game in regulation. If Detroit also loses in regulation and Pittsburgh loses tomorrow to the Islanders. So a lot would have to happen for that to take place. Basically, the Capitals just really, really want to get a point out of this game, preferably a win. If they get 2 points, they lock themselves in. They can still make it if they lose in overtime and get 1 point out of it. But if they lose in regulation, then that, I think, would be the only way that Philadelphia would get in and Washington would drop out, which is crazy. It would literally go to like the 5th or 6th tiebreaker to determine that Philadelphia would get in over Washington. Nuts. This is wild. I think it would go to goal differential, I think. Anyway, back into the action here. If you're a Capitals fan, you really want the Capitals to make life easy and just win this game. Just win this game and you're in the playoffs. Case closed. That's all you need. Oh, wow. Quick whistle there. The puck was loose. Everyone thought that Lindgren had the puck. He didn't have it. It ended up bouncing into the net, but way after the whistle was blown. That never should have been blown dead. He never had the puck. It goes off his blocker, bounces up into the air, and then the ref blew the whistle, thought that the goalie had it. They never should have blown the whistle there. That puck was never covered up. And the puck literally ended up in the back of the net. It should have been a goal, but the ref blew the whistle way too quickly. Oh my God. In a game of this magnitude with this much on the line, something had to happen. Jonathan, the tiebreaker would go way past wins in regulation if it comes down to Capitals and Flyers, because they would be tied. They would be dead tied in like the first 4 or 5 tie-breaking procedures. So it would go way past wins in regulation. I think it would make it all the way down to goal differential, which is like the 6th tie-breaking procedure. All right, let's see what happens here. They're having a discussion about it. Referees are reviewing the play. The goalie did fool the ref into thinking that he had it, Derek. Lindgren was just standing there like he had it covered up, but he never had it covered up. It bounced off his blocker straight up into the air. Then it bounced down behind him and bounced into the net. But they're going to end up saying that the whistle had already blown. Players had stopped playing and that it's no goal because the whistle blew the play dead. But there never, ever, ever should have been a whistle there. That is absolutely brutal from the refs in a game that is this important. Joseph, what's going on? Welcome in. Of course it's Kelly Sutherland who blew the call. Of course. What other referee would it be? Oh God. This is a Kelly Sutherland special here, blowing a call like this early in a must-win game for both of these teams. I mean, I don't know how they can go back and make it a goal when it 1,000% should have been a goal, but the whistle never should have blown. Yeah, they call it no goal. The whistle did blow the play dead, and the puck went in well after, bouncing off of a Philadelphia player. The players on the ice, you could see, all had let up too when they heard the whistle. So it's not a goal, but the whistle never should have been blown in the first place. That was where they blew it, was blowing the whistle dead there. That is where they blew it. So it remains 0-0. Capitals caught a big break there with the whistle, and Flyers win the offensive zone draw. Shot gets blocked. Trying to get it out now is Mallenstein. Not able to clear. Flyers keep it in. They seem kind of angry about this call. They're putting on a lot of pressure here in the offensive zone. Another big shot block. Now 2 shot blocks from the Capitals. And now the puck ends up out of play. We got some pushing and shoving. There's the playoff atmosphere here as we've got Cates and Couturier getting into it with Aube-Kubel. John Carlson's in the mix. Fehervary came over. Some big shot blocks on this last shift by the by the Washington Capitals there in their own zone. First, it was Malenstein. He took it right off the inside of the ankle. Then there was another one over on the far side as well. Doing a great job getting in the shooting lanes. Jared, what is going on? Huge goal for Montreal to go up 1-0 over Detroit. They just played last night. They play again tonight. Detroit squeaked out a come-from-behind overtime win. Now they're going to have to try and come from behind again as they're down 1-0 to the Habs. Hey, it's possible, Amon. It's possible. Eagles, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Flyers take it now through the neutral zone. Up into the offensive end. Pass over to the side. Shot there. Good save by Lindgren. Montreal is trying really hard to ruin the day of the Detroit Red Wings. No doubt about that. We're going to get our first penalty of the game here as Tom Wilson trips down a Flyer. He's going to head to the penalty box. He is not happy about it. Kelly Sutherland again making this call. Sutherland already has his mark all over this game. And Philadelphia goes to the power play here. A chance to go up 1-0. And yeah, Wilson was trying to stick the puck along the boards there, but he took the skates right out from under Tyson Forster. So, and right in front of the referee, too. That's going to get called every single time. Tom Wilson to the box for tripping. Philadelphia to the power play. And unfortunately for them, they have the worst power play in the NHL at just 12.3%. Philly has it now, though, in the offensive zone. Konechny jamming on the doorstep, not able to beat Lindgren's pad. Working it around, kept in the attacking zone. Flyers still have it. League's worst power play, trying to get a big goal here. But that goes off of Malenstein skating out to the neutral zone. Playing it around now. Yeah, Pittsburgh does really like the scores so far, Amon, yes. Back the other way here. It's stolen. Here's Protas on a short-handed break. Blocker save on the breakaway by Ersson. Huge save there for the Flyers goalkeeper. As Alexei Protas was able to break in short-handed behind everybody. But a huge blocker save from Ersson. Hey, what's going on, Gretchen? Great to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Brought up now. Flyers into the offensive zone. It's Kate. Back to the point. Over to Tippett. Tippett with a shot through traffic goes wide. Frost tries to go through the legs on the rebound off the end boards, but he can't control. Top of the circle. Back out high. Here's York. Over now to Tippett. Big pad save by Lindgren. Puck gets cleared out to the neutral zone by Washington. Joey, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Mia, always great to see you in the chat. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Final 12 seconds of the power play now. Maybe one more chance here for the Flyers. We tick to 9:05 left in the first period. Fehavari gets on it. Clears it all the way down. That is going to do it. Power play's over. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Wilson's out of the box. Caps kill it off. We stay scoreless. Shots are now 4-4, though. 8:50 to go in the first period. Still looking for our first goal of the game. That's rug around the boards. Kept in by Philly. Thrown through the middle. Nobody home. Sanheim out high. Passes it down low. Alexeyev gets knocked down. Van Riemsdyk comes over, gets the puck. Capitals able to clear it out to the neutral zone. Wilson chases into the offensive end. Sanheim keeps it away from him, then turns it over. Couturier goes back. Water King, what's going on? Welcome in. Great to see you. Thanks so much for coming by. Always awesome to have you in the chat. I think they're going to change their name altogether, Joseph. I don't think they're going to be the Coyotes anymore. I think they're going to be changing their name completely. Pacioretty with a long shot, misses wide. Milano on the loose puck. Down low for LaPierre. Pacioretty trying to help along the wall, but Philadelphia is able to clear. Here's Forster. Down it goes behind the net. Fehavari to play with 7:35 remaining here in the first period. Good action so far between the Flyers and Capitals. Nobody able to score yet. Around it goes to Owen Tippett. Up and out of the zone. Gains center into the offensive end. Thrown in front there. Trying to roll it through for Morgan Frost, who is streaking, but Lindgren covers it up. And now Tippett and Carlson exchange some shoves after the whistle. Don't see John Carlson getting involved in the physical side of things all that much, but he's already been in 2 post-whistle shoving matches so far. The playoff intensity is definitely there and building as this game goes along. Oh yeah. That's exactly why I'm covering this game tonight, Water King. This is a massive game as far as who makes the playoffs and who doesn't. Ken Hitchcock is retired, Joseph. As we are in our second commercial break here now of the first period. We're down to about 7 minutes to go. And I haven't even cracked my beer yet. We got playoff level hockey going on. We're going to get a crack here and a big cheers in the chat. Great crack, great game, great stream. We got a massive must-win game here for the Capitals and the Flyers. Doesn't get any better than this on a Tuesday night. So thank you guys all for being here. Really appreciate you watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Hope you guys are enjoying the game. We're going to get a cheers to each and every one of you for supporting the channel and enjoying some hockey here tonight. This has been so much fun. It's going to be a great game all the way down to the wire. Let's get at it. Have some fun. Here we are. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy, what is going on? Welcome in. Steven, welcome in. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Hey, not done yet, Tommy. Red Wings had a come-from-behind win last night against the exact same team, so there's no saying they can't do it again. Obviously, they would have liked to have gotten an early lead and kind of been in control of that game, but it's only 1-0. A lot of hockey left to go. Utah Yeti would actually be kind of sick, Amon. I would be on board with that. That would be kind of sick. Imagine the rivalry that we'll get between the Utah Yeti and the Colorado Avalanche. Like that would just be instant rivalry. Well, Tommy, you need the Flyers to win this game. As now Sealer and Mallenstein exchange some shoves after the whistle. Ersson with a save on that long shot covers it up. You need the Capitals to lose and the Red Wings to win is basically how Detroit gets into the playoffs. Totally depends on what the something is, Water King, because some of the things that I heard are I think would be better with Salt Lake. And some of the other names would be better with Utah. Like if it's like Utah Yeti would be way better than Salt Lake City Yeti, or like it's got to be the Utah Yeti. But if it's going to be like the Swarm or the Stingers or something like that, then I think it should be Salt Lake or Salt Lake City. I think Salt Lake Swarm would sound sick. Salt Lake Swarm would be sick. Around it goes now. Capitals trying to cycle in the offensive zone. Flyers looking to get it out off the boards. Kept in by Tom Wilson. Gets it back past Strome and out to the neutral zone. Nick Hill, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really Excuse me, appreciate it. Brought up now, backhanded by Oshie. Down the wall, back into the offensive end. Sanheim trying to poke it away. McMichael comes in to help. We're down to 5:50 to go here in the first. It's definitely not going to be the Utah Jazz, Water King. No, the NBA owns that name. The NHL cannot copy them. Around it goes now, up and out. Taken by Atkinson, gains the line, dumps it in. Lingering comes out from behind the net. Yes, the Devils are eliminated from playoff contention, yes. Taken down low by Sealer, looking for a wraparound. Getting over there was Lindgren to keep it out. Now the Capitals come 2-on-2 the other way. Into the offensive zone, off of Ovechkin. Down in the corner, trying to cycle around. Ends up turning it over, though. It's stolen away by Lawton. And it's cleared out of the zone. Brought in again by Konechny. He dumps it deep. Shots are 5-5. Goals are still 0-0 as we have less than 5 minutes to play here in period number 1. Jeremy, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, both are going to be really hard, tough series, Jeremy. I don't think there's anybody that I think is going to be easy to beat. I'm certainly not going to be standing out in the street chanting, "We want Toronto" or "We want Florida." I guess if I had to choose which one I think would be maybe slightly more winnable, just because Boston's played extremely well against them this year, it'd be the Leafs, because I think Boston has played Toronto very well this year, but that certainly doesn't guarantee anything come playoff time. It's a whole new ball game come playoffs. So I think it would still be a really hard series, but I do think I'd be a little bit more confident going into a Leaf series than I would a Lightning. Around now, 3:40 to go in the first period. Flyers cycling in the attacking zone. Caps trying to get it out. There's Fehervari back behind his own net for Carlson. Slayer, that would be pretty cool. Salt Lake Serpents would definitely be cool. I'd be on board with that. Round it goes now. Alexeyev keeps it in. Long shot from the point. Deflects to the corner. Caps trying to keep it in the offensive zone. Big hit there. That's cleared out. But the Flyers defenseman got absolutely pounded along the wall there as he cleared that puck. Sandor, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks so much for coming by. Awesome to have you in the chat. That one's cleared all the way down by the Flyers. Lindgren leaves it for Iorio. Red Wings tie it. That's a huge goal for Detroit. I'm trying, Water King, I'm trying not to be biased here, but obviously I do have certain teams that I want to get in over the other ones. I am personally really hoping that the Detroit Red Wings get that second spot. I would love to see the Red Wings back in the playoffs. Just from a standpoint of teams that I've enjoyed watching this year, and seeing a team that hasn't made the playoffs since 2016, would love to see them get back in. So we got a long shot here, and it bounces in off Ovechkin! Our first goal of the game belongs to the Washington Capitals with 1:52 to go in the period. A long shot and a deflection in front finds its way behind Urson. And it is Washington up 1-0. A huge goal for them as it's win and they're in, and they get the lead. And a fluky goal finds its way in. as it bounces off of Alex Ovechkin in front of the net behind the goaltender. Sneaks its way through on a crazy deflection. And it is 1-0 Capitals with 1:52 to go here in the first. Nope, Aries, if the Capitals win, it is it. Washington is in the playoffs. Capitals win this game, they are in the playoffs. So that is not what the Red Wings wanted to see. Detroit goes out, ties their game, gets themselves back in a good spot, and then Washington takes the lead here, which the Red Wings desperately need the Capitals to lose this game. And that's going to be an icing here against Philadelphia, so that will go back to the Flyers zone. Caps will get another chance at an offensive zone shot. Water King wants to see Kane back in the playoffs. I mean, electric player, super fun to watch, massive success in his career. I think everybody would like to see Patty Kane back in the playoffs. Jay, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Nope, the Capitals would play the New York Rangers, Joseph. The Rangers have already clinched the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference and the #1 seed in the NHL. The Rangers locked up the President's Trophy last night. So the Capitals would play the Rangers in round #1. Boston is either playing Toronto or Tampa Bay. Chance in front there. Oh, but bodies piling in front there as Erson gets bumped into, but the Flyers get the loose puck out of the zone and into the offensive end as they go on the cycle game now. Konechny gets knocked down. Capitals take the puck. They're going to clear it out off glass. And that's out to the neutral zone. 55 seconds to go here in the first. Knocked down by Washington. Protas passes it over. Gets it back in the middle as he'll skate up ice. Gains center. Pulls it to the backhand and has it poked off his stick. Bobby Brink steals. Protas gets back and takes it away though. Around now, up the wall. 25 seconds to go in the period. Flyers skate up ice. Into the offensive zone is Brink. Getting help from Tippett. Tippett on it in the corner. Cycles with Brink. Puck gets knocked loose. And that's lifted up and out. Cleared there all the way down. Flyers get it back. 9 seconds to go in the period. And the horn sounds. That does it. So that will do it for period #1. 20 minutes down, and the only goal belongs to Alex Ovechkin on a deflection in front of the net. Gives the Capitals a 1-0 lead as we head to the intermission. Still 2 periods to go. It's still a very close 1-goal game. A lot of hockey left to be played. But we have a chance now to hang out and chill in the chat for a bit while we wait for the second to begin. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Awesome to have each and every one of you here tonight. Hope you're enjoying the game. Hope you're enjoying the stream. It's been a good one so far with so much on the line. Please don't forget, it really does help out a lot if you hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel and become part of the community here, we'd love to have you. I cover all different matchups from around the NHL, all different teams, and we'd love to have you become part of the community here for sure. Work has been good, Dominic. Yeah, no, pretty busy, very steady, but no complaints. Very good. Let's see. Yeah, you know, I don't think Boston's gonna have an easy time with Tampa in the first round. Tampa always gives Boston issues in the playoffs, And Andrei Vasilevsky is the X factor. Like, I do not want to play against Andrei Vasilevsky in the playoffs. I mean, he always steps his game up in the postseason, and the Bruins really struggle to score on him. Pretty meaningless game, Alex. I didn't even watch the game last night, so I really couldn't care less. But obviously a lot more meaningful for the Capitals than it is for the Bruins. Good, Aries. Everyone's doing well. Would it be... That would be a pretty insane thing to happen if he would have 3 shutouts in a row. That doesn't happen very often, but you would get a huge payout on that at least, Joseph. But yeah, as it stands right now, Edmonton and LA would play in round number 1, yes. As the standings are right now. However, Vegas is only 1 point back of LA with a game in hand. So Vegas could potentially move up and drop LA to a wild card spot. In which case LA would then... Well, it would depend on if they were the first or second wild card team, but they would play one of the division winners, and then it would be Edmonton versus Vegas in round 1. Again, when it comes to the actual seeding of the playoffs, there's still quite a bit left to be determined. That's really coming down to literally the final game. There's still quite a bit of seeding that's going to be determined. That's what I'm saying, Yoshi Bros. That's why, as a Bruins fan, I would rather play Toronto than Tampa, because I think Boston is much more confident and has a much better chance against Toronto than they do Tampa. It's about time, Alex. It's about time. He should have probably retired 3 or 4 years ago, but you know. Not surprised given how bad he's been this year. Potentially, it's possible we could see the 3rd straight year of Edmonton versus LA in the playoffs. You would hope that would build some sort of rivalry between those two, but I don't know, their regular season matchups really don't seem to pack that much of a punch for some reason. Not the same way I thought that, a team that's played each other that many times in the postseason would. I feel like a lot of the great rivalries right now are in the Eastern Conference and not in the West, because you'd think after as much as LA and Edmonton have played each other, they would hate each other, and I've watched a few of their games and they just don't really pack much of a punch. Nope, Austin. I am on call for work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so I won't be streaming again until sometime late next week. Jeremy Swayman is going to be getting a massive contract extension in the offseason, Dominic. Jeremy Swayman is the Bruins franchise goalie. He's the goalie of now and the future. Linus Ullmark will likely be traded in the offseason, and Jeremy Swayman is going to be getting a massive contract extension. I have no idea what playoff games I'm doing, Joseph. They haven't released any playoff schedule yet, so I have no idea. There's no schedule out. I think they should trade Jarry. I think they should trade Jarry. I've never been a Tristan Jarry fan, but I don't know. We'll see what Pittsburgh decides to do. Well, yeah, but we don't know who's playing who or what games are on what days. I know the playoffs start April 20th. I won't be streaming again until at least late next week, so we'll probably be on games 3s or 4s by the time I stream again. But I have no idea who's playing on what day or what the matchups are going to be. We're gonna have Tyler. That question is not gonna be answered until we get through the legal criminal proceedings with that whole situation. So that completely depends on what happens in court and whether or not he's actually convicted of a crime or what happens there. So until that actually goes to trial and the whole legal proceedings of that is figured out, we have no idea. Yeah, he's getting closer and closer, Heather. He's got 42 left to go. Colorado is playing Winnipeg. Colorado is playing Winnipeg in round 1. It's just a matter of who's going to be the 2 seed and who's going to be the 3. But we know that Jets Avalanche is the matchup. Yeah, Colorado has not exactly been instilling a lot of confidence these last few games. They're definitely not going into the playoffs on a hot streak. They're 3-5-2 in their last 10. And yeah, I think I would give Winnipeg a slight advantage in that series. But obviously, when you have Nathan MacKinnon, Cale Makar, Mikko Rantanen, like Colorado may be able to kind of flip a switch a little bit once they actually get into a playoff series and turn it on. But they have not been playing all that well here to end the regular season. But maybe with those guys, they're able to flip a switch come playoff time. Brendan, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, Van. Yes, the Islanders and Hurricanes is fully locked in. Round 1 matchup. Carolina is the 2 seed. Islanders is the 3. Ike, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, I have no faith in Colorado's goaltending at all. I just wonder if MacKinnon, Makar, and Rantanen can score enough to outweigh that, you know? Like, they're good enough players to maybe, if Hellebuck's not on his game, they might be able to break Hellebuck if they're able to really get hot early in that series and maybe knock Hellebuck out of it a little bit mentally. But like I said, I'm still leaning Winnipeg heading into that series. So we're here at the first intermission, everybody. Washington has the only goal of the game. They lead 1-0. So far, doing what they need to do, because if they win this game, they are in the playoffs. Alex Ovechkin is the goal scorer, but it certainly wasn't a traditional Alex Ovechkin goal. It wasn't a big slap shot or a great snipe. It was literally a deflection where the puck bounced off of him and into the net. But they don't care how they score the goal. They don't care how it goes in the net. All that matters is how many times they score and it goes in the net. And so far, for Alex Ovechkin, it's 1 and the Capitals lead 1-0. Ryber, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Also, I haven't set up a bracket challenge yet, but maybe while we're intermission, I'll do that, and then I'll drop the link for you guys if you want to join. I wasn't going to do one this year, but why the hell not? We're almost to the playoffs. I don't even know if I'm signed in. Bracket doesn't open for 2 days, but... Alright, hang on. I gotta log into my NHL account. I hope that's my password. Oh, sweet, it is. Okay. I want to create a league. I'm gonna make it public, but I'm gonna drop the link for all of you guys if you want to join. So, and obviously I won't be making my bracket yet, but because we don't know what the bracket looks like. But here you guys go. I know someone was asking me in the comments on one of my posts if I was doing a bracket challenge. I guess the answer is yes, because here it is. Drop in the link right now in the chat. If you guys want to join, you can join it up. I'll also post it on the community tab either later tonight after this stream, or maybe I'll wait till tomorrow and post it at some point tomorrow. But anyway, if you guys want to join the bracket challenge and predict the playoffs, there's the link. Joseph thinks the Islanders are going to upset the Hurricanes in round 1. I mean, the Islanders have been playing really well recently. No doubt about it. They've been playing... There's a reason they locked up that 3 spot when they were down in the mix of everybody battling. Next thing you know, they rip off 8-1-1 in their last 10. The only problem is Carolina's also 8-2 in their last 10. So it's not like the Hurricanes have been struggling, but both the Islanders and Hurricanes very, very hot going into the playoffs. I think you do have to have an account, Aries, with NHL.com to be able to do it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to have an account. Ike says if the Penguins make it in, Crosby's beating the Rangers. Imagine... Well, I mean, the President's Trophy curse could continue if the Rangers get knocked off in round 1 by Pittsburgh, of all teams. That would feel like a big-time President's Trophy curse right there. Yeah, I can see who's joined up here. A couple people have joined already. We also should be pretty close here to the start of the second period. I imagine that this is the last commercial break, and the second period is going to be starting in a matter of minutes here. Andrew, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. If Washington wins tonight, they're in the playoffs, Robert. It's simple as that. Washington wins and they're in. Yes, I did, Heather. Here we go. Teams lining up at the center dot. Period number 2 is underway. Flyers take the draw into the offensive zone. Hathaway against his former team flutters one into the glove of Lindgren there, who covers it up and makes the save. And we got a whistle. Offensive zone face-off for Philadelphia coming up now. So Philadelphia must win this game, obviously, to have a shot at the playoffs. They are not eliminated yet. But they would also need Detroit and Pittsburgh to lose their final games in regulation as well. So Philadelphia needs a lot of help to get in. Washington, all they have to do is win this damn game. It's so simple for the Capitals. Win this damn game and you're a playoff team. So Hathaway with a hit there. Philly takes possession back. They'll regroup here. Sanheim, pass up, deflected into the offensive zone. Paling will chase. Around it goes. Malenstein. As that's played away now. Capitals have it in the neutral zone. Flyers steal it back. Here's Sean Couturier. And that one's cleared all the way down. Nobody home, though. No icing as Ersson comes out to play it. He'll send it over to his defenseman. And Flyers get it back out to the neutral zone quickly. Just over a minute into the second period. Capitals carry now. Puck rolls in on Ersson, and he covers it with 18:47 to go. Awesome, Aries. That's fantastic. Yeah, because that's when the regular season officially ends, Aries. You can't have a bracket before you know what teams are in what seed. So the regular season doesn't end until Thursday, and that's when the bracket will open once they know what seed and what the matchups are actually going to be for every team in the playoffs. Gaming Burrito, what is going on? Welcome in. I do think Washington wins this game. As much as I would like to see Detroit make the playoffs, I do think Washington wins this game, which would then put them in the playoffs. We get an offsides here against the Flyers. Face-off coming up in the neutral zone. I honestly, I would like to see Matthews hit 70. No one's hit 70 goals in a season since the early 90s. So I would definitely like to see somebody do it. And Matthews is a phenomenal goal scorer. If there's anybody in the league that would do it, it would be him. So definitely would not be upset to see him hit a big marker like that. And Ersson again there has to cover up a long shot. Grab that, get the whistle. Offensive zone faceoff coming up for Washington now. Very slow, choppy start to the second period. Yeah, the Red Wings have to win tonight against Montreal. They're in a I mean, even if they're it also doesn't matter because even if the Red Wings win, if the Capitals also win, the Capitals are in. It doesn't matter for Detroit because they lose the tiebreaker. So, I mean, obviously Detroit needs to win tonight, but even if they do win, they still may not make it, depending on what happens in this game. Here we go, offensive zone face-off now for the Capitals. Flyers win it defensively, though, and Owen Tippett backhands it back to the Washington end. D to D, the Caps go. Van Riemsdyk gets run. He loses it on the hit. Hathaway comes in, lands a big hit on McMichael as well. Washington's finally able to lift it up and out of the zone. Flyers with it now in neutral ice. Here's Tippett with some speed into the offensive end. He fires a long shot that deflects wide. Hathaway along the wall. Keeps the cycle game going here for Philadelphia. Around it goes. Along the boards. Played there by McMichael. Back to Alexeyev. Alexeyev goes D to D with it. Van Riemsdyk loses it again. Flyers steal, but Alexeyev gets it back. And he's just going to throw it down the ice past everybody all the way down. Sealer plays it, and it's icing. Play gets whistled down as the Flyers win the race. It will come back to the Capital zone. Darstar, what is going on? Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. So we get an offensive zone faceoff now. 17:24 to go in the second period. Washington with the 1-0 lead on Ovechkin's goal. Played down now by TJ Oshie behind the net, off the boards. Taken out there, Ovechkin gets it through into the offensive zone. Connor McMichael, he takes a hit down in the corner, moves the puck to the near side wall. Played there by Pacioretty. Pacioretty down low, out in front, trying to get it there, Milano, but that's deflected away. Sealer steals for the Flyers, plays it over. Drysdale lifts it up and out, and Philadelphia is back going the other way. Big hit there by Cates on Carlson. Farabee gets in on the forecheck. Washington trying to hold possession here. They get it over to Fehervari. Caps go the other way with it. Heavy in. Hit there by LaPierre. Flyers steal again. No sustained pressure for either side. Cam Atkinson, his shot gets blocked by Martin Fehervari. Over it goes. Atkinson gets knocked down. Alexeyev takes the puck. Gets it up for Malenstein. He's pressured along the wall. Alexeyev tries again. This time they do get it out. Now it's played through the middle into the offensive end. Here's Hendrix Lapierre. Back to the point. Van Riemsdyk with a shot through traffic. That gets blocked. Rebound chance off of a body as well. Flyers come back the other way. Dumped up into the offensive zone. TVR with it. And then Washington ends up icing the puck there as the pass doesn't connect. Still a 1-0 game. Very kind of slow start to this second. Not the same level of action that we saw back in the first. Very slow start to the second. 15:33 to go. Really seems like nobody wants to make a mistake out there. Everybody's kind of playing like, just do the simple, smart, safe play with the puck. Do not make a mistake. Nobody wants to cost their team a goal right now. That pass doesn't connect. It splits the Flyers D as Johnson goes back to get it. Deflected up into the offensive zone. Forster will lead the forecheck as John Carlson skates up, takes it from Couturier. Moves the puck, though, and the Capitals come up ice into the offensive zone. Around it goes now. Down in the corner. Capitals dig it out. Up the wall, kept in there by Carlson. Cycled to the side. Couturier with a big hit. That allows Forster to follow the puck out of the zone, and the Flyers clear. Caps chased back to their own end. It's Aube-Kubel, the former Flyer. Passes over to John Carlson. Puts him in a tough spot with Forster all over him. And they just send it back to Aube-Kubel, who drops again for Carlson behind the net. And the Capitals want to slow this down and regroup here a bit. Flyers trying to chase him out. Up it goes, up the wall to Wilson. Gains center, dumps it in. Caps back in on the forecheck, trying to work the puck around. 14:10 to go here in period 2. The Flyers come the other way. Here's Tippett with it. Over the line, up into the offensive zone. Fires a long shot. As Wilson and Hathaway, former teammates, exchange some gloves here. They obviously know each other very, very well, but they're on different sides now. You know, they played together for a long time. They were teammates. They were probably friends, but they're on different sides now. And they get the gloves up a little bit after the whistle there. It does calm down quickly, and will be an offensive zone face-off now for Philadelphia. Here we go now. Around it goes. Back to the blue line. Capitals trying to chip it out. Not able to. Here's Van Riemsdyk below the goal line. Passes it up the wall. Chip to the middle for Strome. Dylan Strome cross ice into the offensive zone. Iorio jumps into the play. Flips a backhand around. Long shot through traffic there. Ends up in the corner. Protas with it. Looks like the Panthers are not trying to win the division, and they're going to play Toronto round 1. So, if the Leafs beat the Panthers in this game tonight, especially in regulation, that would lock in Leafs-Panthers first round. It would also lock in Bruins-Lightning first round as well. As it's played up now, here's Strome over the line, dumped in. Urson bounces it over to Zamula. To Johnson, who steals behind the net away from Oshie. Oshie's giving him some trouble, though. Ovechkin comes in for the hit on Paling. And a good step up there in the neutral zone, but the Flyers come up ice into the offensive, and then a bad drop pass turns it over. Capitals coming the other way. Ovechkin with a chance there. Trying to get it through for McElrath, who jumped into the play. Capitals have it, offensive zone. McMichael gets hit by Zamula, passed around. Favari pinches down, keeps it in the zone. Yo, Vernon, what is going on? Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Thank you so much for coming by. Awesome, awesome, awesome to have you in the chat. Andy drops a dono on the stream. Let's make sure we get that dono hype in the chat for Vernon, everybody. The legend is here. Welcome back, my man. Thanks so much for coming by. We're under 12 minutes now to go in the second. Tippett carries up. Flyers into the offensive zone looking to tie the game. He gets run to the corner boards. Flyers keep possession, though, in the offensive end. There's a shot. That one's deflected up high off glass. Kept in by Drysdale out high. Around it goes Milano in the corner. He gets hammered there by Tippett, but chips the puck through up into the offensive zone. Pacioretty first on it into the offensive end. Throws it in front, but it's sticked aside by Ersson. Back the other way comes Philadelphia. Lindgren plays it over to Carlson. We've got 11:20 to go here in the second period as we are close to the halfway point of this one. Washington continues to hold on to the 1-0 lead. Not a lot of offense in this game. Not even really any shots. Only 8 shots for both of these teams. 8 to 8 shots on goal, and we're halfway through this game just about. Nobody's even on pace to get 20. We'll see if things pick up a little bit offensively as this goes on. Played up now over into the offensive zone by the Flyers. Dumped in deep. Couturier comes in heavy on the forecheck. Big board battle for it now. Multiple players for both teams. Malenstein ends up with it in the middle, and he'll just backhand it out of the zone. Philly has it again now as it's passed to Hathaway. Up into the offensive zone, Paling. Paling skates away from Carlson. Able to put a nice move on him along the wall. Hathaway sends it back to the point, into the middle. Long shot there through traffic, ripped wide. No, I don't watch basketball at all, Andrew. I don't watch any basketball at all. I will watch 0 NBA games this year. As that gets covered up by Ersson on Iorio's long shot. And we get a whistle here. We're going to go to a commercial break. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the second. Washington still holding on to the 1-0 lead. And we are halfway through this one. (3-2) Montreal now. Wow. 3-2 Montreal. They are trying to ruin any of the Red Wings' chances of making the playoffs. Wow, Ottawa's also up 2-0 on Boston, so it looks like the Bruins don't want to win the division either. Bruins and Panthers both losing 2-0 in their last games of the season. Neither one of them wants to win the division. They're both losing here, so hey, we'll see what happens as those games go along. Here, Washington is just trying to get into the playoffs. Yeah, that's fine, Heather. No problem. Do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Yeah, honestly, it does seem that way. They'd rather play the Leafs than the Lightning. Here we go, back from the commercial break. Flyers win the zone, defensive zone draw. They clear it out. Puck in the neutral zone now. Lawton with it. Pass to Konechny. Into the offensive end. There's Sanheim with a shot. That one gets smothered by Lindgren. He covers. 9:39 to go now. It will be an offensive zone faceoff for Philadelphia. No, we don't need any spamming in the chat, Van. But if you want to, if you want to put in one or two messages about the Caps scoring, sure. But please don't spam the chat. Moved across here. Here's Philadelphia with a chance. Tip it through the legs with a shot. And Lindgren just gets a piece of it. Woo-hoo-hoo! That was so close to Philly tying this game. Now it's knocked up into the netting there by Erson. And that's going to be a whistle with 9:13 to go now here in the second. So a big save there by Lindgren. Keeping this a 1-0 game. Capitals still in front. They have half a game to go to try and get into the playoffs. Yeah, Robert, I remember I talked about that earlier in a stream this year, but you're 100% right. 100% right. Florida's got to be kicking themselves for trading Tippett. I mean, obviously, Florida's still one of the best teams in the league, and they're making out fine without him. But, like, imagine having him, and that was ended up being a brutal trade in a year where they couldn't even win in the playoffs either. Trading Tippett for a rental player in a year that they didn't even win in the playoffs. I mean, brutal loss there. And Tippett's now obviously becoming a phenomenal winger in Philadelphia. A guy that scores 30-plus goals, 60-plus points. Just definitely a guy that Florida probably wishes they had back. Yeah, he's super fast. He's got a big body. He's not the most physical player, but he can be when he needs to be if it's that kind of game. And he's got a rocket of a shot. I mean, he's probably probably the best shooter, I would say, on the Flyers. He's got a rocket of a shot. So we're at another commercial break here. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I hope you're enjoying this game. Very tight one here. Philadelphia trying to tie it up, but the Capitals holding so far with the 1-0 lead, trying to lock themselves into a playoff spot here in their final game of the season in the Eastern Conference. Please don't forget, it really does help out a lot and mean a lot if you can hit the thumbs up button on this video. Really does do a lot for the channel. And if you'd like to become part of the channel community here and become part of the group, please hit that subscribe button. I'll be streaming throughout the playoffs, doing different matchups, different games and teams. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. And just hope you guys are enjoying it. We're getting right down to the wire. End of the regular season coming up here. And playoffs starting this weekend. We are almost to the most wonderful time of year, the NHL playoffs. Hey, what's going on, Jay? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Always great to see you. We're back from the commercial. Offensive zone draw for the Capitals. One back shot there. Saved by Erson. Rebound chance just trickles wide. That was a good opportunity for Washington. We have not had a lot of offense for either team in this game. Shots are only 10-9. We're more than halfway through this game, so every chance is a big one because they're few and far between. Washington was close there, but not able to score. Caps get it out of their zone now. Here's Ovechkin. He dumps it in, and they're going to peel off for a line change. Over it goes now, Milano. Carries out. Over the line. Dumped in. Here's Zamula trying to chip it up the wall. Capitals knock it down. Now Johnson will try. He's double-teamed. Farabee helps him out. Gets it to Forster, and the Flyers are up ice into the attacking zone. Here's Couturier into the middle. Pulled to the backhand. Shot there. Doesn't get through from Farabee. He sends it back to the point. Zamula moves it to the middle. Zamula with a shot through traffic. Deflection! They score! That hit off Johnson on the doorstep. It's in the back of the net. And the Flyers tie it up. It's 1-1. As Eric Johnson on a deflection, an unlikely scorer, evens this game with 7:31 to go. And that is huge as Philadelphia ties it at 1. Nope, Jay. Washington has to win this game. If they don't win this game, they are in big, big trouble. Capitals have to win this game. Holy cow. Lawton gets kicked out of the dot. Connecting will have to come in and take it. Neutral zone face-off won by Washington. They dump it in. Caps get in on the forecheck. Here's Aube-Kubel. Trying to get this lead back as they cycle it back to Carlson at the point. His shot attempt goes off of a skate. Around it goes now in the corner. Malenstein with a hit on Drysdale. Flyers player gets hammered down there along the wall by Van Riemsdyk. Played over into the offensive end. Here's Aube-Kubel with a drop pass for Strome. Dylan Strome, sharp angle. Ersson holds the post. Back the other way, taken. Washington trying to get it in their own end. Philly getting physical. Wilson able to win the race. No icing on the play. He's pinned down along the boards. Strome joins in, but the puck comes over to Drysdale. Behind the net now, 6:25 to go in the second period. Moved across there. Flyers get it back over the red line into the offensive zone. Drop pass for Cates. Cates with a high shot there that's fought off by Lindgren. Ended up going over the crossbar off glass. Capitals have it now. McElrath gets run into, double teamed in his own zone. Gets the puck up the wing, however, and Washington's out. They gain center and dump it in. Around it goes. 5.5 to go here in the second period, and that's going to be icing against Philly. Washington will get an offensive zone faceoff now. Around it goes now. Lifted up into the offensive end. Philly keeps it on the attack as we get a long shot that's blocked away to the corner. Hey, Grinch, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. He's doing all right, Andrew, last I heard. I haven't really talked to him recently, but as far as I know, he's doing pretty good. Tippett gets knocked down there. Move to the middle, over the line, into the offensive end. Here's Konechny. Back out high. Lawton tees one up. Shot there. Bodies in front. Puck is loose. And Lindgren makes a huge save. Drysdale keeps it in. Flyers putting on the pressure here. They're feeling it. They got some momentum from that goal. And Drysdale tries to keep it in there, but the puck does come out. That leads to a line change, and the Capitals get a free clear of the zone. Moving up now. There's a shot. That one gets blocked. Flyers right back in on the attack. Here's Paling now trying to tuck one through the middle. That one doesn't connect. Jeez, it looks like Philadelphia is on a power play here, but they're not. Finally, Washington gets it out. Abe-Kubel just dumps it in. 3.5 minutes to go now here in the second. 1-1 hockey game. Not only did this come down to the final game, this might come down to the final period of the season for both of these teams. Yes, I did, Andrew. I absolutely did. Brought up now out of the zone. Capitals clear. Flyers trying to carry it right back in. Played up now. Tyson Forster into the offensive zone. Shot in there. Lindgren holds the post. Fights it off. Puck ends up in the corner. Iorio's able to clear it out. Flyers get it back. Spin around. Neutral zone. Lawton gains center. Dumps it in. Lindgren knocks it down. Gets it over up the boards. Pinching Sanheim. Not able to keep it. Good hit there, but the Capitals clear. .225 remaining now in period 2. Dumped up into the offensive zone. Puck in the corner. Favari away from Tippett. Over to Carlson. Carlson to Oshie. Oshie loses it. Deflected in front. Rebound. Oh, what a pad save! Are you kidding me? Charlie Lindgren may have just saved the season for Washington. What a save! Another long shot there, and he stabs it with the glove and covers. That second pad save from Lindgren. Are you kidding me? He may have just saved their season. Konechny was all by himself at the top of the crease. And Lindgren sticks the pad out and stuffs him. Unbelievable. As we head to our final commercial break of period 2 here. This is insane. 1-1 game. Everything on the line. What's going on, Jardo? Welcome in. Andrea, thank you so much for subscribing. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat for Andrea. Welcome to the channel. It's awesome to have you here. Really, really appreciate it. Let's give a warm welcome, everybody. This is basically a playoff game for these two teams, and it is certainly as close and tight as you would expect a playoff game to be. 1-1. Washington scored in the first. Phillies scored in the second. We're down to the final couple minutes here of the second period, and this is as tight as it can be. This is unbelievable. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy. Also, I'm going to put... I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. But if you want to join the playoff bracket challenge, I'm going to pin the link to join at the top of the chat. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier when I first put it in the chat, but here we go. If you guys want to join the playoff bracket challenge on NHL.com for this channel, my league that I created is we had the ref falling down here in the corner. Capitals got the puck and clear it out. Back underway, 1:42 to go in the period. If you guys want to join the bracket challenge, the link is there in the chat and pinned at the top now. Cleared up now. I'll also be posting it again on the community tab with the bracket challenge link. Also, Joey, major props to Joey with a 2 on the stream. Thank you so much for the dono. Really appreciate that, man. That is awesome. Long time supporter of the channel, Joey. Thank you. Really means a lot, man. 1:26 to go here in the second. Puck was up and out of play. We get a whistle. Face-off coming up. Right out in the neutral zone. Taken now, backhanded. And that one again pops up into the bench. So 1:22 to go in the second. Face off in the neutral zone. Strome wins that one back. Capitals take possession. Played over up into the offensive zone by Wilson. Drives wide, gets past Johnson behind the net. Looking for a play out front, sends it back to the point. Shot through traffic, deflected wide. Around it goes now. Back to the blue line. Shot through traffic again. Here's a chance. And Ersson's able to get a piece of that one and keep it out. Flyers clear out of the zone. 50 seconds to go. Capitals right back in on the attack. Tom Wilson gets it through to Strome. Down to Protas. Protas, pass back to the point. Long shot through traffic. Misses off glass. That's cleared out to neutral ice. 30 seconds to go. Flyers steal in the neutral zone. Then the Capitals get it back. Now the Flyers steal again. It's Couturier. Nobody seems to want the puck. There's a shot from Forster. That gets blocked. Flyers still keep possession. Offensive zone. Sanheim off of a skate. And Washington clears it all the way down. It will be icing with 10 seconds left to go. Or actually, they ran that clock down to 8.6 left. Probably should have been blown dead with about 10 to go, but we'll see if they add time here. Wow, Canadians are beating the Red Wings 3-2 after the second period. Detroit is not doing themselves any favors there. And we have a bit of a delay here. I think they are going to go back and try and fix this clock. All right, looks like they add it back to 9 seconds on the clock. 9 seconds on the clock here. Offensive zone draw for Philadelphia. And off of that faceoff, the Capitals win it defensively. They get it out of their zone. They dump it into the offensive end, and that is going to do it. Final seconds tick off. Period 2 comes to a close. Flyers have tied it up. We are all even through 40 minutes of play. Headed to the intermission. We got 20 huge minutes to go of action here between Washington and Philadelphia. Playoff spot still up for grabs on the line. Both these teams really need to win this game to have any shot of making the playoffs. And obviously, things are going to be determined in the third period. But until then, we've got some time to hang out and chill in the chat until the third begins. Thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you. And hope you're enjoying this one tonight. Please don't forget, it really does help a ton if you hit that thumbs up button. And subscribe if you'd like to become part of the channel community here. Follow along for all my streams. doing all different games, all different teams throughout the playoffs as well. And just trying to have as much fun as we can here while we enjoy hockey. What's going on, Caroline? Welcome. Sherry, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. We're up to 6 members now in the bracket challenge group. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Other games that are going on, Ottawa is beating Boston 2-0. So Bruins seem to be really trying hard not to win the division, but they're not getting much help from Florida either, as Florida's down 2-1, Toronto leading that game. Columbus has a 4-3 lead over Carolina in a completely meaningless game for those two teams. Carolina is already locked into their 2nd seed, and Columbus was eliminated from the playoffs about 6 months ago. So that game literally means absolutely nothing. It's one of those that you don't even want to play in if you're a player. A massive other game going on right now is the Detroit Red Wings and the Montreal Canadiens, and the Montreal Canadiens have a 3-2 lead, trying to completely destroy any chance of the Red Wings getting to the playoffs and winning that game. We'll see what happens in the third there. Also out west, Winnipeg and Seattle have started. They've played a period, and Winnipeg leads 2-1 over the Kraken. The Jets are trying to lock up the 2 seed in the Central Division. They're going to play Colorado in the first round. And if Winnipeg wins tonight, I believe that would lock in Winnipeg having home ice against Colorado in the first round. Let's see. Hey, awesome, Jay. Glad to have you in it. Dan, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. I want the Wings to make it, Dan, but I think the Capitals are going to. I think it's going to end up being the Caps, but I want Detroit to get in. But I think it's going to be Washington, and I'll be happy for them, but I really wanted to see Detroit get back in after so many years of missing. They haven't made it since 2016. Yes, Robert. The Flyers would have to win in regulation because they're at 87 points. The Capitals are at 89. So if this game went to overtime, that would get the Capitals to 90, and Philadelphia would no longer be able to catch them in points. The max Philly could get would be 89, and Washington would get to 90. So the Philly does have to win in regulation for them to have a chance to make the playoffs. Yes, Dan. I'm still down in the basement where I've been streaming from for the last 3 or so years. So yes. I think Washington is going to win happy, but it's a 1-1 game right now, so I mean, this game is still completely up for grabs. It's 1-1 right now. My favorite non-chocolate candy is also my favorite candy overall, Skittles. Skittles are my absolute favorite candy. No, you cannot pick teams yet in the bracket. You won't be able to pick teams the until all of the matchups are set in stone, which is not the case right now. Philadelphia needs a whole lot of help to get in because not only do they need to win this game, they also need Detroit to lose in regulation, and they also need Pittsburgh to lose in regulation. So Philadelphia has the lowest chance of the remaining teams of actually getting in, but they give themselves a shot if they can win this game in regulation. Penguins do still have a chance, Dan. They need Washington to lose tonight, and they need Detroit to lose tonight. If both Washington and Detroit lose, then Pittsburgh still has a chance. Yeah, I mean Dominic will. That'll be big for Pittsburgh. Obviously, he's still their best freaking player. To be honest with you, Water King, I really don't know. I haven't even seen any like concepts or anything for what Utah might wear. Um, I think if I remember correctly, don't the Jazz wear like like a dark blue and a yellow color? I think they might do something along those lines. Um, but I don't know what Utah is going to look like. I mean, that's something that the league is going to have to get figured out rather quickly over the next few months because this team's got to turn around and play next season. And I know next season feels like far off at this point because we haven't even started the playoffs yet. But when you think about it, we're in April. Next season is about 6 months away. So you've got May, June, July, August, September, and then you're in mid-October, 6 months from now. That's next season. So they really don't have a lot of time to figure all this out. They've got to have it ready to go before next year. Yeah, I don't really watch the NBA at all, so I can't picture the Utah Jazz uniforms off the top of my head. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go with a similar color scheme. Oh yeah, I don't really like that either, Water King. Yellow is definitely not my favorite color on a jersey. I think though those of you that have followed this channel for a while have probably seen me rant about how much I don't like yellow as a primary color multiple times. So I would like it to be like a dark blue jersey with yellow trim, yellow and white trim. However they want to design that to make it look cool, that's kind of up to the designers to figure out. But um, like a really dark blue with like a nice like not like I don't want like a bright yellow like Calgary has when they wear their red and their McDonald's uniforms that I actually really like, but like that's Calgary's yellow. You also want it to be different from St. Louis. Like I don't want them to look like the Blues. I want them to use a darker blue than the Blues use, and then maybe more of like a darker but somewhat vibrant yellow. I don't know. I could probably come up with some concept if I knew how to find like a jersey maker website or something, but I would like to play around with those colors a little bit. Oh, you know what yellow I'd like them to use? The ESPN Plus yellow. Um, that would be a good, like if you look at the ESPN Plus logo, that would be a good yellow to go with a really dark blue for the Utah team. Yeah, that's gonna be a no, Joseph. That would never happen. Jesus. I have absolutely no interest in paying $500 for a jersey. That's just absolutely ridiculous. God, Fanatics just sucks so bad. Also, I think we're going to be starting this third period up pretty soon here. Yes, I have Water King. Not any of the newer ones, but I have a lot of the old sports video games. I've played a lot of them. All right, I think we have one more commercial break here, and then the third period is going to start. Washington and Philadelphia tied up at 1. For both of these teams, their entire seasons pretty much come down to this final period. Their entire years come down to this period. So obviously, this is going to be incredibly intense, and one of those 20 minutes of action where it's going to almost feel like overtime for the entire time, where every shot matters, every shot counts. And with how little offense there has been in this game, I would not be surprised if next goal wins this game. Even if it's in regulation, would not be surprised if next goal wins this game. The Capitals hold the tiebreaker over the Red Wings, Aries. So if it ends up shaking out where the Capitals and the Red Wings end up tied in points, the Capitals will finish ahead of Detroit based on the regulation wins tiebreaker. And this is going to be a nuts third. We're getting into the, almost getting back into the action here. Yeah, but Buffalo continues to not make the playoffs. I mean, 2011, last time Buffalo was in the postseason. It's getting crazy now how long it's been. Yeah, I was in high school in 2011. The last time the Buffalo Sabres were in the Stanley Cup playoffs, I was a freshman in high school. That was my freshman year of high school. Yes, they did, Amon. The Sabres played Philadelphia in the first round that year, lost that series, and they have not been seen in the playoffs since. So, boy, oh boy, it's been a while. Anyway, here we go. Third period, puck is dropped. We are back into the action. I remember Steve Shields, Joseph. He played for the Bruins for a short time. I was like really, really young in that when that was going on, but I remember Steve Shields was on the Bruins, I believe in like 2001, 2002, around there. Working up now, dumped in. Johnson takes it, 1-1 game, 45 seconds into the third. Chance there, big save by Lindgren, rebound chance. That one gets blocked as the bodies fly in front and block the shot. Strome dumps it in. Wilson comes in now to help out, comes away with the puck, rolls in on Erson, who's got to cover it and make the save. Face-off coming now in the Philadelphia zone. Ryan Miller was Buffalo's goaltender the last time they made the playoffs. That is correct. Buffalo really hasn't had a franchise goalie since. They let Miller go, and they have not had a franchise goalie since. Off the draw now, cleared all the way down. Icing against the Flyers. It will come back to their zone for a face-off. Around it goes now. Lifted up out of the zone. Played by the Capitals back in their own end. 18:02 to go here in the third. Van Riemsdyk looking for the breakout pass. Around it goes up the boards. Here's Aube-Kubel. Capitals keep it in the attacking zone. Back to the point. D to D. Long shot there. That gets knocked down. Flyers get to the loose puck. They'll send it up the wall, but the Capitals are there to keep it in. Carlson's long shot gets blocked to the corner. Moved into the middle, too far in front of Aube-Kubel. Knack takes a big hit there. Move to the other side of the ice. There's Fehervari blasting one. Aube-Kubel with a shot. Sealer gets in the way and blocks it. Nick Sealer doing what he does best, blocking shots. Gets in the way of another one there. Around it goes to the middle. Konechny first on it. The Flyers can finally get it out of their zone. Konechny circles all the way back, though, as Philly gets a line change. Played over now to Paling. Over the line into the offensive zone. There's a shot up high. And that deflects into the netting. We get a whistle with 16:49 remaining in the third. 1-1 hockey game still in an offensive zone draw for the Flyers on the way. Wow, Florida has come storming back and are now up 4-2 on Toronto. That is wild. And that might be enough for Florida to move to the 1 seed, have to play Tampa in the first round, and then Boston drops to 2 as they are losing to the Senators tonight and will play Toronto in round 1. So we're going to get the matchups I really wanted. We might get them. Florida, Tampa, and Boston, Toronto. I want it so bad. Ugh. Those will both be must-watch hockey. I hope that they're not on the same night. I hope that they're on different nights. So one night I can watch Bruins-Leafs, and then the next night I can watch Florida-Tampa. Oh my God, that will be must-watch. Offensive zone draw now here for LaPierre in the Capitals against Couturier. Couturier wins it back defensively. Lifted up now. Over the line, backhanded in. Hey, Water King, I might be raging depending on what happens. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, playoffs are going to be so much fun. Working around now. Chance in front. Flyers! That one gets blocked by the sliding Alexeyev. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Long shot there. Blocked again. Farabee couldn't get it through. We got 15:45 to go here in the third. Flyers swarming in the offensive zone, looking for more pressure. Would love their first lead of the game, but that one gets gloved down by Lindgren. Right off the draw. There, a good shot and a save by Lindgren. Boy, Lindgren has been really, really good in this game. Yeah, Lindgren's been huge in this game for the Capitals as they clear that one all the way down. No icing. Down behind the net. Played through the middle. Dumped back in by Washington. Brought up now, Paling into the offensive zone. Tries to get a pass through to Hathaway, but that's broken up. Everybody battling for it along the boards now. Here's Cates. He digs it out in the corner, back to the point. Long shot, misses wide off the end boards. Played around here, chance through the middle, nobody home. Flyers get it along the half wall, down to the corner, York. Taken now by Oshie as the Capitals get possession back. He can't do anything with it. Flyers relentless on the puck here. Philly with the better of the play the last few minutes. 14:02 to go here in the third period. Next goal of this game is going to be huge. Season's on the line. Here comes Washington up into the offensive zone. Oshie's shot. He flubs it off the end of the stick. Shot there from Tom Wilson gets deflected up into the netting. We get a whistle with 13:40 to go. And we are going to head to our first commercial break here of period number 3. Score still tied 1-1. Rangers versus Isles would have to be round 2, Water King, because the Islanders are already locked into playing the Hurricanes in round number 1. We got a back underway now. It's dumped in by Washington. Flyers quickly go the other way over the line, up into the offensive zone. There's a shot. Got a stoppage. Played across. Here's Paling. Sharp angle through the crease. Nobody gets to it. Then Hathaway blasts one from way out, and it gets blocked. Strome with it now. Chipped away from him. Lindgren gives some help. Gets it over to his defense. Wilson joins the party as the Capitals trying to maintain possession here. Played up by John Carlson over the line. Backhanded through by Malenstein into the offensive zone. He gets run to the end wall. Wilson in there as well, but the Flyers come away with the puck. Philadelphia now over the line. Dumped it in. Right into the glove of Lindgren, who gives it to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk turns it over. Flyers have it again now, offensive zone. Lawton can't control. Washington gets a second chance to clear. This time they'll make sure they do. Van Riemsdyk, though, turns it over again as the Flyers steal in the neutral zone. Here's Konechny with a shot. That's blocked by Alexeyev up into the netting. And then Alexeyev and Konechny go at each other there after the whistle. They've got some choice words. Face-off coming up now in the Washington end. I've never actually met an NHL player in person, Water King, so I don't know. Because I've never met an NHL player or talked to an NHL player. That one rolls in on Airson. He covers it up. 12-11 now to go here in the third. Game is still tied 1-1. Boy, oh boy. This has come down to the final game. It's come down to the final period. It might come down to the final minute. Who knows? This is crazy how close it is. Joe, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for dropping by. Great to have you here. Down in the corner now. Washington trying to set up in the offensive end. Oh, that's really cool, Jay. No, that's not just an NHL player. That's a high-end NHL player. That's awesome. Around it goes, played by Oshie. TJ Oshie now. Through the neutral zone, over the red line, up into the offensive end. Ducks a hit from Hathaway. Gets in on the forecheck, rams into York. No, I have not, Water King. I have not done that, no. Oh, that's really cool, Steven. Wendell Clark is my all-time favorite Toronto Maple Leaf player. Absolutely loved Wendell Clark. Lingering gets tied up there with a Flyers player who fell into the crease. Philadelphia's got to chase all the way back to their own zone now. Dumped right back in. Lingering comes out to play it. Gets it over to Favari. He plays it to his D partner, Carlson, up and out of the zone. Washington not able to control as it's knocked down and brought back out by Philadelphia. Here come the Flyers. Tip it into the offensive zone. Drives the net. Poked away at the last second as it ends up in the corner. Isaac, what's going on? Welcome in. Yo, Sherry with the dono. Let's get some dono hype in the chat for Sherry, everyone. Give a big thank you for the support. Dropping a 150 on the stream. Really appreciate that, Sherry. That is awesome. Crazy action going on here with 10:26 to go. Offensive zone face-off on the way for the Washington Capitals as they try and get the lead back. The Canadiens have a 4-3 lead over the Red Wings. So Detroit's chances are slim. They are slimming as that game goes along. Washington, they don't need to be scoreboard watching. They just need to take care of what's happening in this game. Because if Washington wins this, they're in. They just need the 2 points from this game. Here's a steal. Ovechkin gets it up to Oshie into the offensive zone. Oshie Not able to control through the check of York, but then he gets it back down low. Plays it to Carlson. Capitals setting up, looking for a redirection as Malenstein drove towards the back post, but he couldn't get a piece of it. And that deflects off of Noah Cates up into the netting. We get a whistle. 9:36 to go in the third. Yes, Water King, I do remember. And that's what intermissions are for. I'm not going to be doing that in the middle of a game, especially in the middle of a must-win to get into the playoffs important game. But that's what intermissions are for. If you guys want to do stuff like that at intermission, I'm all for it. Just bring it up at intermission when we actually have time to, just chill out and talk about stuff and don't have a game going on. We go to a commercial break here. Rocks, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. It's awesome to see you in the chat. That is, Jay, why at the beginning of the intermission, when I go through my end of the period thing, I say, now we've got some time to chill out and talk in the chat. That is why I say that, yes. Because it's different at intermission than when the game is actually going on. We can get into more stuff like that. Memes of the day, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Offensive zone draw for the Capitals. We're back from the commercial break now, and it is crunch time. We are in the final 10 minutes. Both these teams trying to determine their seasons. I don't have a meme of the day today, Water King. Maybe you should ask Memes of the Day, who just commented in the chat. They probably have a meme of the day. Around it goes now. Here's Wilson. Caps on the forecheck. In there was Strome and Protas. Long shot there, deflected. Double deflection goes wide. Long shot there again. That one gets blocked by Forster, and the Flyers can flip it up out of the zone. Beans Brigade, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Oh, Cap's got to win this game somehow. This is definitely not over yet. Cap's got to find a way to win this game if they're going to get in. Down it goes now. Played in the corner. Good hit by Abe Kubel. Flyers do clear, though. Capitals trying to go right back the other way. And Philadelphia just iced the puck on that stretch pass that didn't connect. So we get a stoppage with 8:06 to go in the third. Right off the draw there, an early chance. That one goes wide. Capitals with a good chance on the draw. Flyers take it now. They carry up over the red line into the offensive end. Tip it back to Konechny. Konechny with it. Rubbed along the wall. His puck gets stolen away. Fehavari with it. Brought up now, deflected into the offensive end. Chasing is McMichael. Tries to keep it away from Sanheim. Gonna dig this puck out. Paling with it. Caps need 2 points to clinch, Water King. If they get 1 point, it just kind of... It muddies up the whole situation, and it would depend on what other teams end up doing. It's worked around now by Philly. They get it up and out of their zone. McElrath knocks it down. Plays it over the center ice dot into the offensive zone. Protas has it stolen on the back check, but the Capitals are there to regroup. TTC, what is going on? It is great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Brian, welcome in. Thank you for watching. Great to have everyone in the chat tonight. Appreciate you guys so much. This one is coming right down to the wire. Final 6:35 now in the third. Game is still tied 1-1. And we got a whistle there as Lindgren swallows that up with 6:24 remaining. Off the draw, that one gets taken by Washington, lifted up and out of the zone. Sealer chasing with Aube-Kubel, who comes up high on him. Sealer and Aube-Kubel going at it in the corner. They finally break up. Another flyer goes down. Sealer and Aube-Kubel now in front of the net, going back and forth. The puck is loose. Erson trying to find it. He covers it now. Sealer wants Aube-Kubel, who originally hit him with the high hit down in the corner. They finally break up as nobody wants to take a penalty now. Hey, new subscriber, Brian. Thank you so much for subscribing. Natalia as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get some new sub hype in the chat and welcome both our new subscribers to the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Under 6 minutes now to go in the third. 5:55 as it's up the wall. Flyers trying to get it out. Capitals trying to keep it in the attacking zone. That's cleared up ice. Here comes Philadelphia. Noah Cates into the offensive end. York down low. Plays it over. Cycled back. Cates with it behind the net. Looking for a play out in front. Puck is there. It's kept out. And Van Riemsdyk pushes the puck to the corner. Here's Trevor Van Riemsdyk now with 5:15 to go in the third. Philadelphia 1, Washington 1. Really feels like next goal is going to win this game now. Brought up now. Here's a chance for Washington into the offensive zone. Strome gets knocked down by Johnson coming right off the bench. Around it goes Wilson in on the forecheck. Philly, good slick play there with the outlet pass. Up to Couturier, who couldn't control on his backhand. Under 5 minutes to play. Here's Zamula settling things down. Beans Brigade, thank you so much. Drops a 2 on the stream. Really, really appreciate that as we got bowling, like a bowling ball going to the net, knocking down the pins there in the crease. Lindgren, Fehavari, Forster there, McElrath, bodies flying here as this is crazy at the finish. Let's get that donut hype for Beans Brigade. Thank you so much. Glad that you're enjoying the commentary in the stream. Really, really, really appreciate it. That means a lot, and we love having you here. We're going now to our final commercial break of the third period. Rick, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Nick, welcome in. Glad that you're enjoying the stream. Thank you so much for watching. It's awesome to have you here. We are in our final commercial break of the third period. Washington, Philadelphia, with their seasons on the line, is still tied up at 1. Crazy, crazy action here in game 82 for both of these teams. And this is what we do here. We come together, chat, watch the game, listen to the game, enjoy hockey as much as we can. Cannot wait for the playoffs to start. There's so many great matchups that are already look like they're going to happen. So many great series just in round 1. Never mind as we go through the playoffs. It's going to be awesome. So super excited for playoff action, but we're not to the playoffs yet. We still got to figure out a few things as far as who's in the playoffs, who's going to be what seed. You know, these last few games, this regular season really did come down to games number 81 and 82 for a lot of these teams. All right, here we go. Offensive zone draw with 4:35 to go in the third period for the Flyers. It's won back defensively by the Capitals. They get it up ice into the offensive zone with numbers. Here they go. Cross ice pass trying to find Oshie, but that's broken up. Good job getting back there by Philadelphia. Up to Tippett now at the red line into the offensive zone. Shot in there, glove down by Lindgren, and he covers. Washington doesn't allow any Flyers to get to the net. Here we go. Offensive zone draw. Chat's going crazy right now. I'm trying to keep up with the chat as much as I can. I'm reading a lot of your comments, but I'll keep my mouth shut for now and focus on this game here. 4:11 to go in the third. Another glove save from Lindgren, who has been phenomenal in this game. Erson's been good as well, but Lindgren has made some grade A saves in this game. Here we go. Capitals trying to get it out of their zone. They lift it up. All the way down. It's going to be icing. Yes, we get another whistle. Oh my God. Detroit tied it with 3 seconds left. Are you kidding me? 3 seconds left in their season, and the Red Wings tie it to try and stay alive. That is unbelievable. Detroit is not dead yet. 2 nights in a row for the Red Wings, coming from behind and somehow saving their season. 2 nights in a row against the same team, too. Brought up now over the line. Capitals into the offensive end. Getting back is Sanheim first on it. That works away here. 3:40 to go in the third. Brought up into the offensive end. Here's a drop pass. Sanheim fans on the shot. Rebound chances. It goes through to the front of the net. Lindgren keeps it out. Sanheim now just getting back to his skates. Washington trying to get the puck out of the zone. And finally, they flip it over everybody all the way down. It bounces. Not enough for icing. Drysdale gets run there by Wilson. Almost forces a turnover. Wow. Almost a bad turnover there. Flyers come back the other way. Shot in there. Lindgren with another save. Here's Oshie. And Oshie puts it in an empty net. And that is a massive goal there for TJ Oshie and the Philadelphia Flyers, for the Washington Capitals. The Flyers pulled the goalie because they had to win in regulation. Overtime would have ended the season for Philadelphia. They had to win this game in regulation. So they pull the goaltender. They go for the 6-on-5. And then Garnet Hathaway falls down, allowing Oshie a clear shot to the net. It's 2-1 Washington. And that may have just gotten the Capitals into the playoffs. I was trying to think why Philly would pull the goalie in a tied game, but then I remembered that overtime is bad for the Flyers can't go to overtime. They had to win this game in regulation. Lindgren makes another good save there. Flyers had to win this game in regulation, so they pull the goalie for the extra attacker. I was trying to understand why the net was empty, but yeah, overtime would have ended the season for Philly. So they had to do something to try and score. It didn't work. They turned the puck over. Oshie buried it. And now the Red Wings comeback may mean nothing. Pittsburgh's game against the Islanders tomorrow night may mean nothing. If Washington holds on to this lead, they are going to the playoffs. They are up 2-1 now. We got a timeout with 2:36 to go in the third period. Philadelphia has pulled the goaltender again. So now they're down by 1, and they're pulling the goalie again. Yeah, Flyers would have been out if the Capitals got a point. This game only, Philadelphia had to win this game in regulation. Philadelphia does not want overtime. They need to finish this in regulation to have any shot, which is why they pulled the goaltender when they did. So that, I at least understand now why the net was empty. Took me a second to think about that, but that is why it was empty. So now the Capitals have another chance at an empty net here with 2:36 remaining. They can put this game away and solidify their playoff spot. Philadelphia, though, looking for a quick goal. We're going to get a whistle for a hand pass. They're going to have another face-off coming up 4 seconds later. Wow, they're talking about this might be a penalty for a face-off violation against Philadelphia. Because they put that rule in a few years back where if you're the man taking the face-off, you can't use your glove at all anymore. If you go back 10 years ago, you would watch a lot of NHL games and centers would literally just drop to a knee and then use their glove to swipe the puck back. The NHL changed that rule a few years ago so they couldn't do that anymore and made it a penalty. And Couturier, in that face-off dot, got knocked down and then swiped with his glove back, which resulted in the hand pass call. But that might actually end up being a penalty call. Looks like they're not going to call it a penalty. Spencer Carberry wanted the penalty call. The referees did talk about it for a while, but I guess because it wasn't directly at the face-off, it was a few seconds after, they're not going to call it a penalty. There was enough time between the face-off and when the hand pass actually occurred. Flyers win the draw now in the neutral zone. They dump it in. Around it goes. Right back out there. Cleared by the Capitals, but they ice it. Net now empty again as well for the Flyers as it will go down to their offensive zone. And net is empty for Philly. 2:19 to go. Capitals lead by a goal. This is wild. Taken now, setting up in the offensive zone. Flyers have it. Back down it goes. Puck in the corner. 1:50 to go in the third. Flyers running out of time here. They don't need one. They need 2 goals. An overtime game ends it for Philadelphia. Washington gets a point and Philly is eliminated. So here's Tippett with a long shot. That one's ripped just wide. 1.5 now to go in the third. Flyers still on the attack in the offensive zone. Back to Drysdale, looking for a lane. Passes it over to the half wall. Back to Drysdale. Shot goes wide. Lindgren trying to hold the post on the rebound. And he squeezes the puck between his leg and the post. It stays out and it stays 2-1. All right, here we go, back underway. Still Flyers in the offensive zone, putting on the pressure. Washington has not gotten a crack yet at the empty net again as Hathaway's shot gets deflected up high. Nice save by Lindgren. Flyers have it now. Zamula down to Konechny or Forster? Neither. It was Lawton. I knew it was a number that ended with 1, but it was Lawton, 21. Around it goes now off of a skate. Kept in here. Philadelphia running out of time, down to 38 seconds. Washington trying to get it out of their zone. They're happy to just ice it. They throw it all the way down. It goes wide of the empty net, but it kills some more time. 30.2 seconds to go. Philly net still empty. Washington still up by a goal. Capitals just need to hold this lead for 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. And the Capitals will be in the playoffs and taking on the New York Rangers in round number 1. Wacky Aviation, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Offensive draw now here for the Flyers. One back defensively, though, by Washington. That's a big face-off win. Some more timeout. Washington finally chips it backhand out of the zone. 13 seconds to go. Rolls in on Lindgren. Gets it to Carlson. Carlson up. Puck knocked down with a high stick by Sean Couturier. The Flyers know that their season is over. 7.4 seconds left. The Philadelphia Flyers season is over. They were a lot better this year than pretty much anyone expected them to be. Flyers deserve a lot of credit for being in it as long as they were. They were supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league. They were right on the playoff bubble, right here to the final game. It was a good season in Philadelphia, but it's not going to be enough to make it into the postseason. Flyers season is over. 7.4 to go here in the third. Washington can end the seasons of the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Detroit Red Wings if they can hold on for another 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is going to do it. The Washington Capitals make the playoffs in 2024. On the last game of the season, they lock themselves in, and they will face the New York Rangers in round number 1 of the playoffs this year. Lot of history, lot of rivalry between the Rangers and the Capitals, especially over the last, I'd say, 15 to 20 years. Especially the last 15 years or so. A lot of history between the Rangers and Caps. And that's a great matchup. That's a great round 1 matchup. Flyers fought hard right till the very end, but at the end of the day, they come up just a little bit short. For Pittsburgh, it's too little too late with their hot streak at the end of the season. They're now eliminated. Their game against the Islanders tomorrow means nothing. And the Detroit Red Wings, miraculous comeback last night, came back again against Montreal tonight, all for nothing, because at the end of the day, they are eliminated as well. So the Washington Capitals are going to the playoffs. That has been determined. We now know all of the playoff teams in the Eastern and Western Conference. We don't know the full seeding yet. We still got a couple more days of regular season games to figure out seeding, but the playoff teams are all now determined. So anyway, with that, guys, that is going to do it for me. Try refreshing water, King. See if that fixes anything. I don't know. I'm not seeing that. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But anyway, guys, the Caps are in the playoffs. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the game. And congratulations to the Capitals and their fans for making the playoffs and getting another huge win here tonight. Really, really appreciate all of you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Before you go, please don't forget, it does mean a ton if you can hit that thumbs up button. And if you can subscribe to the channel and become part of the community here, we'd absolutely love to have you. Fans of every and all NHL teams are welcome and wanted here. I cover the entire league. I stream all different games, all different matchups throughout the season and now into the playoffs. I'm not sure when my first playoff stream is going to be because, like I said earlier, I am on call for work here coming up. So I don't stream when I'm on call because I don't want a stream to get interrupted by me having to leave. So it will probably be Thursday or Friday next week sometime, I would say, would probably be my next stream. But I will let you know when we get closer to it via the community tab on the channel. Another great reason to be subscribed is so you'll see my community tab messages, because I do communicate a lot that way in letting you guys know what's going on with streams and stuff. So I think that pretty much covers it. Thank you all again so much. Really, really appreciate you. Great stream tonight. Great game. Congrats again to the Caps. Have a great night, a great rest of your week, and hopefully it won't be too long, and I'll be talking to all of you guys again. And when I do talk to you guys all again, it will be full-on playoff action. Stanley Cup playoffs are here. It's the best time of the year, and thank you guys so much again. Good night, and see you all next time.